Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. The Smack archives have been refilled with even more clownery, more misinformation, and of course, more exposés for everyone's favorite grifter. Because Gacha Smack, well known for his ability to grift and lie for gacha companies. Guys, he's taken that skill set and he's deciding to lie about his own metrics, his own revenue, and his own success as a content creator to shield his ego from some of his big fuck-ups over the past couple of weeks. So without further ado, I've got a tweet over here, ladies and gentlemen, from Gacha Smack. My Final Fantasy 16 playthrough is making more or less the same money as a 20k view video. We love to see it. So basically, Gacha Smack over here decided to take some of the YouTube analytics for a recent Final Fantasy 16 live stream that he did, a 3-hour and 27-minute live stream, and then point out the $59 in expected revenue he made. If you kind of like round it out, that's about like $17, $18 an hour along those lines. So first and foremost, we're bragging about just barely making above minimum wage for doing something, our job, for 3 hours and 30 minutes. Kind of an odd move to make it first, but hey, it kind of like is what it is. Then we have Smack showing another video to the right here, a 60.80 estimated revenue video for the anniversary is saved. And so we've actually gone ahead, we've taken a look at a bunch of the videos that Gacha Smack actually has on his channel, right? And one of the big videos that we're looking at over here is, of course, that one. 28k views 5 days ago. And a lot of people at a baseline might actually think, oh man, Smack was spitting over here. Maybe there's something special about Final Fantasy. Maybe there's something special going on. He explained it. And the way that he explained this, ladies and gentlemen, was to just lie the whole fucking time. So let's go ahead. Let's check it all out. Update. A number of creators were curious about the why behind the pay, so just sharing more info. What he's actually doing here is spreading misinformation that will lead to content creators sabotaging their own career. Let me clarify that. Gacha Smack is openly spreading misinformation and lies that will sabotage and do damage to other creators' careers. So let's listen closely over here. The RPM of gacha content, basically the revenue per 1,000 views, is 140 to 240. The RPM of my Final Fantasy 16 playthrough is close to $10 per 1,000 views. See the screenshots. That means I'm making 4 to 6 times the money per 1,000 views on Final Fantasy 16 versus my gacha content. Ladies and gentlemen, don't make gacha content, make mainstream gacha content. You'll make more money. And this is what he shows. $59.17 in estimated revenue, right? $8.75 for only 6.7k views. Video performance over here, 30.6k views, $241. It does look like the stream, right, is getting way better returns. But do you want to know something that YouTube streams actually end up fucking up a little bit when it comes to revenue calculations? Don't worry, I've got it right over here. Look at this. Look at this. Content performance. Last 28 days. $52.69 in estimated revenue. You see over here, revenue per 1k views, the RPM, is looking really good at 520. Right? But look at what this 52.69 is made out of. $41 in watch page ads, and then $11.06 in supers and gifts. That's where that 52.69 is coming from. So you can see over here, this revenue per 1k views is actually incorporating my supers and my gifts, which has nothing to do with watch page ads. And, well, lo and behold, what do you not see over here in any of the breakdowns detailing any of this information? How much of this money is from ads, and how much of this is from supers and donations? That's a question a lot of you might be having, right? And the initial take is maybe Smack simply forgot, right? Maybe Smack is just an ugg. Maybe he just didn't know how to delineate it. Because this is the thing, guys. We can see during Smack's live streams, on that Final Fantasy one. He got a $20 super chat over here from Angel Duarte 4202, his moderator. And then a $10 super chat over here close to the end of the stream. So, do the numbers here look that good anymore? If I were to tell you that half of my ad revenue actually came from supers or gifted memberships. Because if you subtract 30 from this number, guys, you're left with like 29.17. And if it's 29.17, right? Oh, suddenly the revenue per 1,000 views, it kind of just got cut in half, right? Maybe more than getting cut in half. And that's kind of destructive, isn't it? Right? To openly spread potential misinformation over here that is stating that you're making double the amount of money from live streams, more than double the amount of money from live streams than you actually are. Because that's what's happening over here, ladies and gentlemen. When I take a look at the statistics in my personal YouTube right here, you can see that this estimated revenue, it's counting in the amount from supers, and it's counting in the amounts from gifts. And as far as I'm concerned, there's really no other way, right? Okay, maybe I could like see more or something. Nah, you kind of just see, right? Big uptick in one day from the one day that the stream is live, and then everything else kind of like, you know, it really just tapers off and disappears from there. Isn't this bad? Isn't this destructive? If you're a CC who's maybe looking to get higher revenue on the content that you're making, and you decide to go in and pivot based off the advice from Gacha Smack over here, that could just be completely fucking wrong, and now you just spend a couple of days playing Final Fantasy fucking 16, 17, 18, 19 instead of growing your channel in maybe the more traditional way that you actually should. Because look at some of the conclusions. But this means I'm making 4 to 6 times the money per 1,000 views on Final Fantasy 16 versus my gacha content. Are you? TLDR, if you want a bag max, just go all in on GTA 6. Westerners are locking in on that one. Why? Because it's majorly Western viewers. He's essentially saying the more Western viewers that you have, the higher your CPM is going to be. Came to that conclusion entirely by himself without even showing how much of the revenue calculation that he's deriving from is including supers and gifts. And he's already shown to have gotten literally over half, $30 over here in supers and gifts. He's inviting you to fuck up your algo, introduce a whole new game into your offering for YouTube when that's kind of like not what you're supposed to do, without even having the full information so that viewers or even people, other CCs reading the tweet, can make the proper decision. And this is how you know this shit is fucked. Because look at some of the responses down here. Gacha Smack actually showed the data for a bunch of other streams that he had. And for some reason, he's showing watch page ads and then supers and gifts over here. Watch page ads, memberships, supers and gifts over here. Watch page ads, memberships and gifts over here for 3 videos. 3 live streams, actually. But he won't show that for this one up here. And one last thing that I'll do, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like he's pulling this data from his phone. Give me a second here. Let me just validate what it looks like on my end on the phone. And I'll tell you if it shows up exactly the same ways that his does. All right, here we go. Oh, revenue. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Yep. I can confirm, guys. Get ready for this one. I'm about to send myself a screenshot, actually, and just pull it up live on stream here. Holy shit, this ain't good. I think this shows that Gacha Smack is intentionally doing this. Yeah, no, he's got to be intentionally doing this. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get you something that I just looked up from my phone that does not make him look good at all. That's what it looks like when I take a screenshot of that exact stream and put it into YouTube Studio. You see, the how you make money is just right there. Then it shows the live performance. And then shows the breakdown. So, it matches all the data that you're seeing over here. And you can clearly see it shows a gigantic fucking overview, right? Of where the money's coming from. And remember, the total breakdown encapsulates both of these. And we were on the record seeing over here a $20 here on this stream and then a $10 here. Guys, Gacha Smack is not only grifting for gacha companies, he is grifting over YouTube analytics, lying openly through omission of data to make it seem like his pivot into mainstream gaming is actually helping his channel. He's encouraging others to do it when his entire revenue performance is propped up by donations from his chat, and he's carting it off, repackaging it to his audience as ad revenue. And now he's saying, look, it's because I have more Western viewers. Ignore the super chats. Ignore the memberships. Guys, go stream these mainstream games like I do. You'll make more money. And all he's doing is just lying. And maybe he's doing it on purpose. I think he is, because he decided to show the percentage that it comes from over here because it naturally helps his story, right? It helps his story to show the percentage there again. But when the screenshots, bro, I took a screenshot of this and they're right next to each. Why wouldn't he show the whole thing? Why wouldn't he show the whole fucking thing like I just did over here? Probably because he's got something to hide. And this is what Gacha Smack has to hide. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Why would somebody just openly spread misinfo that's this provably wrong? It's because he's insecure. It's because his ego has been hurt immensely by one thing. His live stream views and engagement has gone down a fucking cliff ever since he stopped talking about me, and ever since his most recent 5-day NTE sponsorship. You can see that the views are abysmal. Literally 1/10 of the numbers that he was pulling before. That's because he's bought off. Everyone thinks that he's only live streaming when he has a contract. People don't take his content or his takes very seriously anymore. And he's simply making this response, this post over here, as like an initial defense, a way to cleanse himself of the stigma of falling the fuck off. Because that's what he's doing. He's pivoting to a different game, experiencing major audience fall off as a result of it. And now he's just lying through omission, saying, oh, my revenue's actually really good, boys. Don't worry about it. It's all just gifted. It's all just gifted. No, bitch, you actually are falling off, and you are falling off like crazy when you stream Final Fantasy 16. Stop lying to your audience and stop lying to other CCs about how bad the fall off is and bait them into doing something as dumb as this. Bro, you're out here getting gifted by your own fucking mods, juicing up your own revenue numbers with revenue gifted from your mods, and then saying it's from the Western audience. That you're getting higher RPM, higher CPM, because you're getting gifted by your mods. But can you really find that surprising? Let's listen to some choice words from Gacha Smack when it comes to CCV, viewership, all of that.
Look at this shit. This little loser ass think he good for his CCV because he farmed drama. He does this every day.
Smack's talking about me, by the way. Oh, wait. This might be a good little segue. Let's listen to this.
After that, Saint's going to talk about probably my 3.1 take. Probably going to talk about some shit I don't even remember from way back in the day, bro. I don't know. Bro, he gonna be gomu reaching for whatever he can. Powerless, buddy. I'm still going to be getting sponsors. You still going to be live streaming 7 days a week, uploading 3 times a day and making half my income.
Gacha Smack. You made $59.17 in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And 30 of those dollars were donated from like your mod. So like in actuality, you were making like less than $10 an hour. You actually streamed Final Fantasy 16 and made $10 an hour multiple days in a row. And you're out here bragging about how much money you made. Without your moderators gifting your stream to juice up the revenue numbers, you're actually working for like $9 an hour. Bro, that is less than minimum wage. You're out here bragging about working for less than minimum wage 2-who sniper doing his Uber Eats job is making more money than you playing Final Fantasy 16. And now you're out here spreading actual lies and misinfo to get other CCs doing the same retarded shit you are, because your ego can't handle having low views, to the point where you're now just gonna lie about revenue numbers like you likely lied about them here. Well, because we already know you'll lie to make yourself look better. Who would find it surprising if you lied here at all, right? Because listen to this.
I'm here to show you his levels to this shit. I'm here to show you his levels to this shit, little bro. You not that good at what you do. You really not. You're not even that fucking good. You are ass, my boy. I got 3,000 niggas in here without leaving. And the only reason your CCV is gonna go up because of me.
Smack is saying the only reason my CCV would go up is because of him. Smack has never reached identical levels to when he's been streaming about me ever since. Smack stopped streaming about me, ran away from the drama, went on vacation, tail tucked between his legs, and then has fallen off disgustingly. Literally fallen off tremendously. And when you're on the record talking this much shit, right? You're on the record talking this much smack about how successful you are, how many views you have, how much CCV you have. It's not surprising that Gacha Smack is already going to preeminently defend himself by just lying. And this is the thing. I wouldn't have called this out. I wouldn't have even made a fucking video about it if this dude wasn't doing the horrible deed of misleading everybody in the fucking space with this bullshit. Oh, here's a real gifty. Hey, yo, Gacha Smack. I think I just made like... That's $100, right? Is that 100? Is 1K biddies $100? Yeah, that's like $100, right? Yo, Gacha Smack, I just made 1,000, or I just made, oh, that's 1,000? Gacha Smack, I just made $1,000 in 1 minute. My RPM for this stream is 9 million. So this is actually, let me rewire this. If you want a bag max, just go all in on farming Gacha Smack. If you want a bag max, just go all in on farming Gacha Smack. Gacha players are locking TF in on this one, I assure you. Because this retard over here is counting in his donations. This retard over here is counting in his fucking donations into his ad revenue, his RPM numbers, and then saying it's because of his audience. He's showing them better ads. No, bitch. You have no idea how revenue on this platform even fucking works. And to shield your ego, because you fell off, like we said you were going to fall off after this drama, you're now just making shit up, omitting information, actively lying to your audience, actively lying to every other CC in the space, because the man inside can't handle not being able to back up all the crazy fucking shit you were saying here.
Yep. Because of me, bro. You wanted this song and dance, though. You did. You wanted this song and dance. Oh, I know you watching. You ain't getting no sleep tonight. You about to wake up tired as a motherfucker tomorrow.
I need to see when he made this tweet. Bro out here making this tweet at like the start and the end of his workday. Bro out here be making this shit. Like, bro is so pressed about his low views. Bro is so pressed about his low views. It was like, bro, the second I get off work, I need to make a tweet addressing this. Oh my God.
You're gonna be late as shit to that stream, ain't you, bro? Oh, wait, that's right. You got the NTE shit, right? Grift Tontest. I know you grifting the NTE. I know you. It's like the rest of us. I sure hope you ain't going to be glazing NTE next. Oh, you better not be playing no Neverness to Everness. You better stay where you at in Wuthering Waves, little bro.
And what do you think Gacha Smack's doing right now? He got dog shit views on his NTE streams because his opinion is bought out, fake, and nobody wants to watch him for a game where he only plays it when he's sponsored, only makes content on it when he's sponsored, so you know it's not real. He makes a video on launch with the devs listen. It gets the worst views he's gotten in like fucking months, and then he goes back to Wuthering Waves. And ladies and gentlemen, if you just want some additional proof, some glue over here about the accusations that good old Gacha Smack has fallen off, well, you've got an average viewer count on Twitch of about 173. Then you got YouTube live streams, a 4-hour one with 4.9k views. Yeah, that's pretty much basically like having like a 200, 300 viewer average the whole time. Oh yeah, let's just lose some followers while we're at it as well. Yeah, no, guys, stellar advice. Listen to him. If you want your channel to succeed, just close your eyes. Don't look at any of the metrics, and then just inform your moderator to slide you a 20 in the super chat so it looks better for your audience when you make the tweet later. Yeah, just get one of your guys to slide you a 20. Awesome job. Guys, remember how I called this dude the biggest grifter in the space? Remember when I said that this dude was the biggest grifter in the space? He's out here basically was saying the exact tactic he was going to do. He was telling me all the things that he was going to do.
And no neverness to everness. You better stay where you at in Wuthering Waves, little bro.
That's what he actually did. I think he has 2 NTE videos. One pre-release, one devs listen video on release, and then he has dropped the game. Now he's grifting over to Final Fantasy. Now he's grifting on his YouTube analytics. Bro, isn't this the guy, the biggest retard in the space? Genuine. I'm just saying. He just comes off as so stupid, doesn't he? He legitimately just comes off as unintelligent. I don't even know what to say at this point. And I would have let somebody this dumb stay dumb by themselves. But when this guy unfortunately has influence in the space, can motivate people, can mislead people, can manipulate people like he's doing in this circumstance. Guys, there are people that can get fucked over by this. There are people that can get hurt. There are people that can view this sabotage as legitimate advice. And so we just need to break down where the advice is coming from, why it's fucking bad, and what would lead somebody to do something as dumb as this. And the answer is simple. It's all ego. It's all insecurity, and it's all from one man who really cannot stand getting called out. So make sure you do it over here. He'll have a wonderful time with it. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.